Hey everybody, welcome back to Candy's Classic Game Shrine. I'm here in the shrine today and I'm going to talk about the Game Boy Advance systems. I'm going to start with the original Game Boy Advance and work my way all the way to the Micro. Now, the Game Boy Advance was released originally in 2001 and it was a successor to the Game Boy Color, which you see here. Not only was it a different shape, with the addition, it also had the addition of the shoulder buttons, L and R, and it also brought on a completely different style game cart. This system was also a 32-bit system, which was an upgrade from, I believe this one was 8. These are the Game Boy Advance game carts, and these are the original Game Boy carts. They're about half the size of the original game, but stored about, actually I don't know how much, but quite a bit more. I'd say double at least, depending on the game. Now, some things I like about the original Game Boy Advance is that it's really comfortable to hold in my hands. I like that it's long and not narrow. Although I will say it sucks for a couple of reasons. There's no backlight, which really sucks, because if you were aware of it at the time, Japan already had a backlit game console, which was the Game Boy Light. I did a review on that already. But a lot of us were already hoping for a backlit screen on the next console. And to our dismay, we did not get such, and it was still very difficult to see anything. However, I did like the backwards compatibility. You could take any of your old Game Boy games and just pop it right in and just play. It looked a little bulky, granted, but it worked, it did the job. This system was run on 2 AA batteries. There was also an option for an AC adapter that plugged into the wall. I have that as well, but honestly I prefer the batteries. They're a lot easier. Aside from that, the initial launch colors for the original Game Boy Advance were terrible. It was that pink and an even uglier purple. But that's about it. I really can't complain too much other than the fact that we should have had a backlight. But Nintendo saw that we were pissed and remedied the situation with this. This is the Game Boy Advance SP. This one was released in 2003. This is the model 001. We can look back here if my sticker is still in good shape. Focus. There we go. This one finally featured a light in the back of the screen. However, you will notice once I eventually turn it on, it's not that bright. You can switch between on and off, which was nice, but let's be real, we all had the light on, always. You still had your shoulder buttons. Your volume is here. And your power is here. I will say, one of my biggest complaints with this, and Nintendo didn't even bother to fix it with the SP, was that you will take notice there's nowhere to plug a headphone in. That's right, folks. Nintendo made you go and buy an extra peripheral to make you able to listen to stuff in stereo, because this is only a mono, as you can see. But we'll forgive them slightly for that, because then they re-released the SP again. Many people refer to it as the Game Boy Advance SP2, which was the backlit model. The last one was frontlit, which isn't as bright. As you can see, this is way brighter, and it gives you an option to dim and to brighten the screen. That's the dim version, that's the bright one. A much better improvement. You still have the same exact features, same exact shell, still nowhere to put your headphones, unfortunately. But they fixed the screen, and that in itself was a huge, huge selling point for me. Now, the Game Boy Advance SP systems were the first in the Nintendo consoles to have a rechargeable battery. You'll see here that unlike the Game Boy Advance, these had rechargeables, and they're a pain in the balls to replace. I actually need to replace the two of them because they're old and don't really hold a charge too well. Now, last but not least is the Game Boy Micro. This was released in 2005. I find this to be the most portable version of all of the Game Boy Advances. However, it does come with its downsides. The worst thing being, you can sneeze on this and it'll be covered in scratches. My goodness, do these things scratch easily. They did, however, have changeable faceplates. I personally don't have any, but this piece here would come off, and you can put stuff with cool designs and things of that sort on there. Much like the new 3DS that the US won't be fucking getting. Thank you, Nintendo. Sorry, I thought I'd add that. Now where was I? Oh yes, the faceplates. They were pretty cool. I never had the Micro growing up. This is one of the few consoles I bought as an adult. So by then all the faceplates are really difficult or really expensive to come across or buy. This still had a rechargeable battery, and like the SP2, it had a very nice bright backlit screen. It's loading up a flash cart I have in here. But there is a difference between the Micro and the other Game Boy Advance systems. The other Game Boy Advance systems supported the use of the original Game Boy games, whereas... see, it all works. Whereas the Game Boy Micro does not. The Game Boy Micro is pretty much when Nintendo started to kill off the original games, because they were starting to mix it in with the DS system, which I will eventually get to in a review. But that's my Easy Flash. If you're looking for a flash cart for this system, I recommend this. But here, you'll see. God, I hope I don't scratch it doing this. It'll fit in the slot because it's wide enough, but it won't click. I'm not going to force it because it obviously doesn't fit. But I guess it was all in an attempt to keep it portable, because when you had it in the other system, it popped out a bit. Either way, not a bad system. If you're collecting, obviously you're going to get them all. But if you're just casual gamer looking for something to play your games on, I would recommend the SP2 Model 101. Let's see if we can show you guys here. Sorry, my hands are very shaky. There we go. Because this is bright, backwards compatible with your Game Boy Color games, plays your Game Boy Advance games, obviously. Still portable because you have a nice clamshell design. And yeah, that's about it. So if you guys disagree and think one of the other Game Boy Advance consoles are better, please let me know in the comments. Alright then, guys. Take care.